Hi everyone. So I've been getting some messages come my way and I've seen questions about microphones and audio recently. And so in this video, I'm going to debunk the myths. I'm going to help you understand how microphones can be integrated into the comm system on the car or how they should just be used for ambient sound. So the first thing I want to bring up is what's going on inside of the microphone here. So what we have inside, if I can get the little dead cat off of there, there's a capsule inside there. And inside that capsule is a micro thin diaphragm, like a membrane. It operates off of air pressure. That's how it registers sound. So it's taking air pressure and converting that into an electrical signal. Thank you, Thomas Edison, so that it can then be used later. So it's working off the premise of air pressure on it. And so you can imagine when we then put these little tiny microphones inside of a camera and then send them hurtling down the racetrack at over 100 miles an hour with all that noise coming from the car, plus all that wind pressure, that air coming into the car, what that does to a microphone like this that's unprotected, well, it's not hard to imagine they're probably not going to last very long. Now, I understand what some people are going to go to is think, well, I just need a better microphone, and they're going to start looking for different mics that they can switch out and keep trying different microphones. And what they're going to find is actually that doesn't usually work very well. It's not really a microphone issue. It's really an installation issue. It's what the mic is being exposed to. And we can control that with what's called a screen. I've already introduced you to that. There's two basic types of screens out there. There's the dead cat, which is a furry type of windscreen. And then there's the foam type windscreen that you've seen on Les's camera. When he's walking through the pits, I have a microphone plugged into his Mine A5 and it's just kind of dangling there, and it's got a foam sleeve over the microphone. The foam design is really designed for light breezes, light wind, and plosives, which is that sound, that puffing sound you get into a microphone that's unprotected. And that's really what it's engineered for. Not really going to work very well inside of a race car. At least it's not designed. Now, there are always going to be outliners you might find in your car. I think it's one of the Money Shift guys found it works really good for him. I think he might be running a Mine A5. It's got mics on either side, and he put little adhesive foams on there, and just by luck, you know, the inside, the interior design, the way that air swirls through the car, and where the camera's mounted, it works really well for him. So that might work really well for you. But for others are going to find out that it's not working very well. It's not really engineered for that. And really, it's the furry little microphone covers. Those are the screens that work best for the environment we're in. As the air comes in, it gets caught in these fibers, and it slows that down. Plus, this drops the decibel level about 20 dB. And that's really something that we want anyway to keep that microphone from becoming overwhelmed and later on damaged. So the relocation is an option as well, but you got to have the right camera for it. And that's the second best trick, and that's what the pros use. They actually use something called a DPA 4060 microphone. That diaphragm will handle 154 dB, which is mind-shattering loud. And they typically tuck it down into bodywork, somewhere out of the airstream. So they're using a combination of a $580 microphone combined with putting it outside away from the airstream somewhere inside the car, or maybe even in the driver's helmet. So they're using the same technique. You know, they'll use a screen and they use location as a strategy to get it away from the buffeting of the air pressure that's inside the cabin. Now, you can find a link down below for the DPA 4060 microphone. I went ahead and put a link down there for you. So the camera choice matters then. The camera choice matters because, although it's not a matter of the microphone itself, it's the ability to plug in an external mic. Because some of you want to put the comms between the driver and the pits into the live stream, and others are just looking for a way to get that ambient sound under control. So some cameras are made to have external mics and some are not. And so let's go through those now. First up on the list is the Yi4K action camera. Great little camera, and as you know, I sell these cameras as part of a kit for people, but no conventional external microphone options available for this, so we can use some tape over the mic holes because it's got stereo. That's probably all you really need to do. to cut that dB and reduce that air pressure. Or you can also add a dead cat thing on there too if you want to do that. Next is the E4K Plus camera. This camera actually does support an external microphone, but with one important caveat, and that is it has one single USB-C port, and that is all. So you can either plug in a mic or you can plug power into it, but you can't do both at the same time. And that would be a problem because the battery inside there, it's not even going to give you maybe half a stint, and then it's going to die. So the E4K Plus off the table for an external mic, but again, you can put a screen on it and protect that microphone that way. And then there's the Mine A5. It has a true 3.5 millimeter audio jack in it. And so you can put an external mic in. It has internal mics as well, but those can be turned off. Then you can relocate that mic elsewhere, plus put the screen on it to dampen the air around it and get that dB down. Unfortunately, this kit is 3 times the cost of this one. But with the $229 Samsung cable, you can plumb this baby right into your comm system. So now you solve the microphone being in the airstream, and you get out of the way, and you get to hear the driver and the pit talking back and forth. So if that's important to you, you might consider this kit from myraces.live. And they have the cable there as well, and you can find a link in the description for that. And then finally, I have to bring up the Sentinel system at an eye-watering $4,000, which is like 4 times again the cost of this one. That one has integrated audio all built in from the ground up. It's designed to have that in there for communications back and forth to the pits. So that's another option for you, the Sentinel system. Check that out. So the real problem we're facing here is wind and the fact that the diaphragm is getting overwhelmed. You can solve that by relocating it, by screening it, or a combination of two, or plugging it into a harness that gets it inside the driver's helmet and away from the ambient noise outside. Also, I almost forgot, if you are interested in getting your live stream on the champcar.live show, make sure you check out this video right here. But I'm curious what your experience has been with live streams and audio, so be sure you leave a comment down below. I really want to hear from you, and hit that like button if you appreciate this kind of content, and I'll see you in the next one.